He slapped my wife for not opening our door, so I made him lose everything. My wife Sarah came home shaking with her shoulder dislocated. I saw the ring footage where our neighbor Dan Carpenter pushed her down at the doorframe and told her he needed to inspect our backyard. She said no, so he shoved her hard and she hit the ground screaming, then he walked away. I'm Michael Torres, 42 years old, a real estate investor in Scottsdale, Arizona. I drove Sarah to the ER where we got hit with a $3,800 bill and she missed 4 days of work, which cost us $1,200 in wages. I called Dan that night and he said he's the HOA compliance officer, claimed we violated landscaping rules, and demanded a $500 fine. Then he said it. Maybe if you controlled your wife better, she'd know her place. I hung up. Here's what Dan didn't know. 6 months ago, I bought Pinnacle Property Management, the company that runs our HOA. But I hadn't announced it yet. Dan thought he had power, but he had nothing. I pulled his file at midnight and confirmed he was just a board member with no enforcement authority whatsoever. I watched the footage again documenting the assault, trespassing, and impersonation of authority, then made 3 calls to my attorney, the police, and my new management team. Day 1, police arrested Dan for assault and battery plus criminal impersonation, and I filed a $250,000 lawsuit for personal injury, defamation, and civil rights violation. His attorney tried to claim HOA immunity, so I sent him the bylaws showing board members have zero enforcement power because the management company does, and I own it. Day 7, I terminated our contract with his friend's security firm, hired a new company, and sent every homeowner a letter explaining Dan Carpenter has no authority and any fines he issued are void. Day 14, Dan's attorney called, wanting to settle, but I said no because his deposition was scheduled for day 21. Day 21 at the deposition, Dan admitted he called himself compliance officer, admitted no such role exists, and admitted he never inspected anyone else's yard, just ours. Total exposure hit $340,000 between the $250,000 lawsuit, $55,000 in his legal fees, and $35,000 in prosecution costs if convicted. His wife filed for divorce, and his employer put him on leave. Settlement came day 28, where he paid $180,000, pled guilty to misdemeanor assault, accepted a permanent ban from all HOA common areas, and signed a 15-year restraining order. He sold his house within 60 days. Sarah's shoulder healed, and we got our $5,000 back, plus $175,000 more. I sent every homeowner new guidelines stating nobody enforces rules but licensed professionals. Dan thought he was the HOA, but turns out he worked for me the whole time. Think HOA bullies can't be stopped? Tell me your worst HOA story.